This is Mark Sarazano from howtotunepianos.com and the International Piano Technician School, and I'd like to show you how to create your own equal temperament block to help you visualize the intervals in equal temperament. So you start with a wooden block here, and then you just hammer in 4 nails. Then you're going to add this artwork. Okay, just copy it exactly like it looks there. And then you're going to take an elastic band and wrap it around the nails. Then when you look at this, you can see that the bottom note and the top note, if they're created to make a pure interval, then we can start to imagine what happens when we raise or lower each of those intervals by just taking our fingers and stretching the elastics. So if you start with a pure interval like we have here, and you raise the top note or lower the bottom note, then you end up with wide intervals, which the major third, major sixth, and perfect fourth are in equal temperament. But even more interesting, if you raise the top note or lower the bottom note more when you have a wide interval, it just makes the intervals wider. And if you start with a wide interval and then you lower the top note or raise the bottom note, you just get a less wide interval. Similarly, if we start with a pure interval and then we raise the bottom note or lower the top note, we end up with a narrow interval. Take that interval and raise the bottom note or lower the top note more, and you're just making it more narrow. Take that narrow interval and lower the bottom note a little bit or raise the top note a little bit, and you just make the interval less narrow. So this interval block I like because it can help students start to understand and use the terms more wide, less wide, more narrow, less narrow. Instead of just saying if you have a narrow interval and you raise the top note, it becomes wide. Well, no, it doesn't. It becomes less narrow, then it becomes pure, then it becomes wide. So I hope you find this interesting and you are inspired to create your own equal temperament block.